UFC Fight Night Vegas 14, Felder versus Dos Anjos just took place, and I'm going to go through the entire card, starting with the early prelims, ending with the main event, giving my reaction and breakdown to every single fight on the card, starting with the early prelim opener of Don'Tale Mayes versus Roque Martinez. I picked Don'Tale Mayes to win this fight by KO in the first round. That did not happen. Roque Martinez can take a big shot. I had Don'Tale Mayes winning the first two rounds quite comfortably, but then Roque Martinez came back in the third round. But I just want to start the thing off by this. The judging tonight was appalling, and there wasn't a lot of robberies. That's not what I'm getting at here, and I don't think the judging should just be defined on how many robberies were there, because there was only one robbery tonight, in my opinion. But the fact that the judges scored the third round for Don'Tale Mayes when the majority of that third round was just Roque Martinez walking down Don'Tale Mayes, landing good shots, is just absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know how the judges thought that Don'Tale Mayes won that third round. I thought that was actually disrespectful towards Roque Martinez. He outlanded Don'Tale Mayes in the third round by one strike apparently, but they were all of the good strikes in that round. Don't get me wrong, Don'Tale Mayes landed some good shots towards the end, but I thought Roque Martinez clearly did enough to win himself that last round, but they ended up giving it to Don'Tale Mayes. Very strange, but they gave Don'Tale Mayes the win, so it wasn't a robbery. Fair play. Mayes got the first two rounds quite comfortably, in my opinion. Landed the bigger shots in the first, landed the bigger shots in the second. Even scored himself a takedown in that round as well. But still, good job by Don'Tale Mayes getting the job done. I think he didn't look good enough for me to say that he's now going to go on and be a big threat in the division. But he got a win and stopped himself from being cut by the UFC, and now he has a record of 8-4. Whatever, moving on up the card. Next fight, Alex Morono versus McKee. In my opinion, give this fight the fight of the night bonus. It was crazy start to finish. Alex Morono is an absolute savage. I thought the entire fight was basically determined by the fact that Alex Morono was somehow out jabbing McKee with like a 6-inch reach disadvantage. That basically won him the entire fight because everything comes off of the jab. Morono was just jabbing his face off, then following up with the right hand, but McKee just didn't seem like he could get the first part of his combination done. Every single time McKee landed, Morono landed back with him, but when Morono landed, McKee wasn't quite as reactive as Morono was, and Morono ended up outlanding him 61-39 in the first round. I mean, the pace of this fight was ridiculous the entire way through. First round, Morono 61-39 on the card. Second round, 68-51. Massive output again. Great round. 47-34 in the third round. It was just great back and forth exchanges. McKee now lost again. That's 2 in a row. I think they should give him another chance because I don't think he's been given a fair shake of things. He's been fed to tough guys on short notice camps. I feel like they should really give him time. First of all, he used to be a skinny lightweight. He's a welterweight now, okay? When he fought Khamzat Chimaev, he was a little bit bigger, but he was not as big as he was tonight. I mean, tonight he really built himself into the welterweight division, but I just don't think that he should have been fighting Alex Morono so quickly in his career, so I'd say give him one more chance. He's 10-4. You keep guys like Irwin Rivera and Don'Tale Mayes around for their 2 losses in a row, so I don't see why they wouldn't keep around. I mean, they'll probably keep around Roque Martinez to feed him to another up-and-comer at heavyweight. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised. Keep McKee around. Give him one more chance in the welterweight division against someone maybe a little bit lower ranked. Maybe a McKee versus Zalim Imadiev. Loser goes home. How does that sound? That's a great fight. But Alex Morono definitely earned his shot against a decent opponent. Maybe a Diego Lima in the welterweight division. But he's still going to need one more good win, in my opinion, to shake off that Khaos Williams loss. And we're going to talk about Khaos Williams towards the end of this video. I'm looking forward to that. But still, Morono gets the job done. I predicted him to win by decision. That's how he got it done. 2 for 2 so far for the Guru. Moving on. Geraldo de Freitas Jr. versus Tony Gravely. De Freitas was good, but Gravely just out-scrambled him every single round. Had good takedowns, had good top control, landed some good shots in the ground and pound as well. Not too many ground and pound shots, but just there was too many takedowns, in my opinion, for Tony Gravely to lose that one. Even though he was outstruck every single round, he had good moments in all of those rounds in the takedowns. Good slams, good technique takedowns, great scrambles where he'd end up on top. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a close fight. Geraldo de Freitas Jr. landed 44-24 in the last round. Very good fights. But, you know, even Tony Gravely landed big shots at the end of the last round, like right hand after right hand in the last sequence. Then he would always get himself another takedown towards the end. I mean, 7 takedowns in that fight. That's basically how Tony Gravely got the job done there. But it was a good fight, man. It was a really good one. It was very close, and closer than I thought it was going to be. And Geraldo made it a good fight, but I just thought that maybe the work ethic of Tony Gravely and the constant shots for the takedowns earned himself that win, but it was a close one. So trust me, when the judges gave Don'Tale Mayes the 3rd round, it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I was worried about this one coming into it, but Tony Gravely got the job done. They rated his 10 minutes of top control he had 10 minutes of top control in a 15-minute fight. You know what I mean? Landed a lot of total strikes as well. But still, good performance by both guys. Geraldo shouldn't be cut. I say give him a guy coming off a loss in the bantamweight division. Maybe a Heli Alateng or something along those lines. And Tony Gravely, give him a Jonathan Martinez, an Andre Ewell, someone along those lines that's going to give him a bit of a challenge in the bantamweight division. Moving on, up the card, Randa Marcos. So far, though, I say give a fight of the night bonus to Morono and McKee. Randa Marcos versus Kanako Murata. This was my first underdog pick of the card. I picked Randa Marcos to get the job done. She was doing good on the feet. She was doing pretty good on the feet the entire fight. Murata just kept holding her down against the cage, had some good takedowns, had some good submission attempts as well. It was very close. They didn't give Randa Marcos a submission attempt. Please tell me they gave her a submission attempt. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me they didn't give her that heel hook? See, this is really strange because they didn't give Randa Marcos that heel hook that was basically in. That heel hook was in, and they didn't give her that as a single submission attempt. Okay, then. Interesting. But Murata won the fight, in my opinion, pretty clearly. Marcos outlanded her quite clearly in the 2nd round and even had that heel hook at the end of the 2nd round as well. Made the round very close. I thought maybe a round could swing Marcos' way, but the control time of Murata was kind of deciding the entire fight. She had 9 minutes, 20 seconds of control time. But one thing I do want to say, speaking of Randa Marcos' submissions, women's MMA is its finest. Randa Marcos beat Carla Esparza, okay? Just want to point that out, okay? And also, Murata went to a split decision with a girl who was 7-7, and it wasn't a very good fight. But I will say this. That's why I picked Randa Marcos to win. There is no... I don't want to hear any more arguments. Women's MMA is not up to par, and they need to get there. I don't even know what I want to say right now. But we need to stop babying them just because they're females and start telling them the cold hard truth. You aren't training hard enough. There's no way you are. But this wasn't even a matter of her not training hard enough. She had an armbar in the 3rd round, basically handed to her by Kanako Murata. I thought, you know what? She's got this armbar. She's been handed an arm, roll to an armbar, and turn your hips the right way into that arm. She grabs the right arm of Murata. All she needs to do is roll on that arm, spin her hips that way, and earn herself an armbar finish in the 3rd round. And not only does she miss the armbar, she has the right arm of Kanako Murata, and she rolls for the left arm whilst holding onto the right one, like she's gonna fucking close the arm of Murata for her and somehow submit her that way. It was the most... This cannot even come down to not training hard enough. This has to be a mental disability. And I won't take anything else. She has the arm, the right arm, and she rolls for the left arm. We're going to move on up the card before I go crazy. But good fight, Murata. Not a good fight, but Murata got it done by control. 12-1, new women's strawweight to look out for. Cut Randa Marcos, for the love of God. Moving on, main card time. Hansen versus Corey McKenna. Let's get into some decisions, eh? I thought Hansen won this fight very clearly, rounds 1 and 3. The judges don't give a fuck about submission attempts. I've learned that over the time now, and I'm going to try and incorporate that into my predictions, but I guarantee you, this is how MMA works. I'll incorporate it into my predictions, and then they'll give someone a round 10-8 for having someone's back the entire time. So I don't even know what to do with these judges anymore, but... This was a robbery. Hansen beat her. Rounds 1, 2, and 3. I thought it was 3-0 Hansen. I thought that maybe Corey McKenna could secure herself a round. There was a round where she had some good top control, but come on. That's Hansen's win, fair and square, and they gave it to Corey McKenna. It's ridiculous. They were even on strikes in the 1st round. Hansen had 2 submission attempts in that round. No, nothing. Doesn't get that round in the judge's eyes, apparently. Somehow. I don't know how. Round 2. Hansen, good top control. McKenna had some good top control as well, but Hansen outlanded her 25-18 on significant strikes. Didn't get rocked or anything. Landed good shots of her own as well. doesn't get the round 2 for some reason. Very strange. Very strange. Round 3 comes around. Hansen outlands her 13-10. Gets taken, she loses top control at the end of the fight, but she gets it back. She had good submission positions there as well. She had a close arm triangle that was in, and if she just had enough squeeze on her and McKenna didn't escape, credit to McKenna, by the way, for escaping some of those submission attempts, because that arm bar was in, the triangle was in, the arm triangle was in as well. I mean, they just give no fucking points to any of it, and Hansen loses the fight, which is just career changing, because if she was 8-3 right now, that's a respectable record. She's now 7-4. That's not good. But I know that Randa Marcos is a neutral record, so maybe it's the women's division, so we can cut her some slack. But still, she's going to bounce back. She looked good in this fight. I thought she got the job done. But, you know, Corey McKenna wins. Good shit, judges. Moving on. I got that one wrong, by the way, if you can't tell. I picked Hansen to win. But I thought she clearly won rounds 1 and 3. And 2 now that I'm looking back at the stats. But whatever. All good. McKenna gets it done. Anyway, moving on. Brendan Allen versus Sean Strickland. Good fight. Really good fight while it lasted. I was confused. I picked Brendan Allen to win this fight. I thought he was going to go out there, take Sean Strickland down in the first round, and then just work his submission game and earn himself a rear naked choke. He didn't do any of that. He just walked out there. It was a weird game plan, you know, and you know when you change your mind about fighters. I picked against Brendan Allen in the Ian Heinisch fight, so I've never really thought too highly of him. I thought his Khaos fight was a little bit suspect, but great finish from Sean Strickland, man. 50k bonus, 100%. We'll go through who earned all the bonuses at the end of the card, but still, I think you guys know who won the other bonus, or the performance bonus. We'll get to him in a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad about my prediction there. Sean Strickland, great finish. He's got great striking, man. I mean, he's so calm on the feet. He's got a good chin. He takes shots well. There are some openings for guys to take advantage of him there, because he does have a bit of a basic game plan of just basically 1-2s the entire time, but it works. So why change it? And he just made a lot of money there, and he made a lot of money last card as well, and that's definitely a performance bonus worthy performance. So good for him. Sean Strickland, after the motorcycle accident, comes back, earns big cashola towards the end of the year. I say turn him back around again. He took no damage. Outlanded him 56-31 in the first round and 38-20 in the second round. I was just surprised that Brendan Allen decided to just walk head first into punches the entire time rather than shooting a single takedown. Like, there was clinch moments where Strickland would even engage the clinch and Allen would disengage the clinch. And it was so weird to watch, because I've known Allen as the guy to get you down, get you in a bad position, and rear naked choke you and submit you somehow, or land some good ground and pound on you and out scramble you in a grappling. He did not take Strickland down, or try to once. So whatever. Strickland got a good fight though. Really good fight. Kept the range well. Picked him apart on the feet pretty well. So Strickland's going to definitely be a problem. I think they should do something like Strickland versus Muradov. Winner of that gets a shot against someone in the rankings. I think Strickland versus Muradov would be a great striking match. Can the kickboxing of Muradov outclass the great boxing of Sean Strickland? I thought that would be a good one. Muradov maybe looking to come back early next year. I say put Strickland versus Muradov on the prelims of the McGregor card, or maybe another main card of a fight night coming up soon. But Strickland's definitely a great guy. I believe he screamed "fuck you" as he came. I'm not even mad about this one. Even though Allen didn't have a good performance, I'm not even mad, because Strickland's a funny guy. I like Strickland. He screamed "fuck you," I believe, after he KO'd Brendan Allen. So good for Strickland, man. Good for him making some big bank after his motorcycle accident. Great performance. Moving on up the card, and for Brendan Allen, by the way, maybe he should take on a guy like, I don't know, Gerald Mearshart. See if he can bounce back. I don't really give a fuck. Moving on, though. Good performance by Strickland. Ashley Yoder versus Miranda Granger. This is the first fight on the card, the main card, that I got correct, even though I should have got the Hansen one correct. I'm sure we can all agree. Yoder got the job done as an upset. Yeah. Good shit, Ashley Yoder. Wasn't the most impressive fight whatsoever, don't get me wrong, but I just picked Ashley Yoder to win a close competitive decision, and she done enough in the later 2 rounds. I thought she maybe could have won all of the rounds, but I mean, 2-1 is okay with me as well. I don't mind. Yoder versus Granger. Granger ended up landing more shots. Maybe not the first round. Granger won the first round, but you know, Yoder controlled her enough in the other times. Had some good submission attempts as well. I don't know how many she actually had. 3 submission attempts in the entire fight and 8 minutes 20 of control. Definitely won herself the third round, and the second round, I guess, was done based on how close those submission attempts were. But listen to what I'm saying right now. They gave Ashley Yoder... Listen to this. I give Ashley Yoder these rounds, but Yoder got outlanded 13-5 in round 2. She won that round based on submission attempts. Okay? And 2 of them as well. 2 submission attempts. One Ashley Yoder a round when it was 13-15 Miranda Granger on significant strikes. Now let's go to the stats for Kay Hansen. She is up on strikes in the round. 25-18, 13-10, or even 29-29. She has submission attempts. The rounds go to Corey McKenna. There's a problem. There clearly is a problem, and they're picking and choosing when they want to employ certain ways of judging fights, because I keep noticing this. Like, I'll notice someone, Jamie Mullarkey, not get a win against Freitas despite controlling him on the ground, and then some craziness happens, and Casey Kenny wins the 3rd round against Nathaniel Wood by not even getting him to the ground. Like, it's just... and getting outstruck. It's madness how they... I don't even know. But nothing's going to happen. All they need to do is hire their own judges. Fuck the commission. All the commission has ever done since the UFC's been working with them, which is forever, has made the sport worse. Messing up weight on the scales. Messed up Khabib. Made everyone talk about Khabib's weight, which shouldn't have even been a question because the commissioner made an absolute mistake. Terrible. Bad decisions. Bad refereeing. Bad cage side stuff. Leave it. It's just constant bad cut man calls. Name it, the commission has fucked up a fight in some way. And I swear to God, the commission's in the pockets of boxing and they're trying to ruin the sport. I swear to God, I'm true on that. The commission has worked for decades with boxing. They hate MMA and they're trying to ruin it. They know if we have great judging and great commissions, then there's no problems with MMA, and we're the superior sport. We're already the superior sport, but we're by far the superior sport. So they're trying to make it an even playing field by encouraging robberies. I swear to God. Moving on up the card, though. Ashley Yoder gets the win. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan versus Khaos Williams, or Carlin Williams, as his actual name is, but we're calling him Khaos Williams. Yeah, just KOs him in there. Yeah, just Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, you know. No problem. Just KO'd in the first round, 1-2 down the pipe. Straight on the jaw. Easy win, I guess. But he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a big problem. I think he needs one more win on a good position on a card. And then if he wins that one, we're looking to jump him up the rankings to just outside the rankings. Then jump him up again straight into those rankings. Because Khaos Williams, we got something here. He has lost a fight in his career to a guy making their debut. But forget about it. I picked Abdulrazak Al-Hassan to win this fight on the main card, but Khaos Williams got it done. I'm not even angry. You know, I was pretty annoyed by McKenna getting the win because I thought it was a robbery. I was pretty annoyed by Strickland getting the win because, well, not really. I like Strickland, but because I thought Brendan Allen could have maybe changed up the game plan and showed how bad his fight IQ was. But still, yeah, Khaos Williams, I'm not even angry. I could not give a fuck. That is beautiful. Beautiful KO. Put him in the shadow realm. He even, like, paused a bit before the fight as well, in the load up to the fight. Everyone in my chat was saying that he was lagging because he was literally frozen in position like this. Like the entire time up to the fight. So it was crazy. Gets the KO in the first round brutally. Definitely going to get a performance of the night bonus. Good job, Khaos Williams. I say put him against a Diego Lima. I just offered that fight to Alex Morono. He's already KO'd Alex Morono. So maybe put him against... someone mentioned Mikel Pereira. I don't think they would want to cancel both of those guys out because both of them could KO each other. So let's just let both of them rise up separately. But maybe do a Khaos Williams versus someone along the lines of, I don't know, maybe a... you know, Tony Martin, Li Jingliang. One of these guys that's just outside the top 25 that's going to boost Carlin Williams up those rankings. Great performance, great KO. There's someone to watch out for in the UFC welterweight division, and his name is Khaos, so he's definitely going to go far. I was looking for a bit more of a personality on the microphone afterwards, but he just said hard work and dedication, so whatever. You're not going to get everyone perfect for marketing, but he's got great KOs, and they will market themselves enough, because I guarantee you that's viral right now. I'll just check the UFC's Instagram real quick, actually, without I've mentioned that. Let me check the UFC's Instagram, and I want to see just how many views that clip of him walking away from a corpse already has, because that's all they show for some bizarre reason. They haven't fucking uploaded it. ESPN MMA? They must have uploaded it. They haven't uploaded it? They haven't uploaded it? They've just shown him getting ready for the fight, so, like, that's just wasted then. Why do they have this? I don't know why they do this. If they show the KO, it has 500k views already, and he's the next Joaquin Buckley, or the next Kevin Holland. But they don't show it for some dumb reason. They show us him getting ready for the fight, or just a picture of him with his hands up. Alright, wasted marketing. He's not going to get the boost he deserves. Like if they would just post it on Instagram, him getting a brutal KO. What, like this card is not making them millions. What more is there to lose? But whatever. Ruin his future. Khaos Williams got a win, but who knows how many people saw it. So hopefully sometime soon they post a clip of it. Moving on, up the card. Paul Felder. Jesus, man. That's so dumb. Post a clip. It's so stupid. So stupid, man. But moving on. Khaos Williams, great performance. Let's not take that away from him. Great fucking KO. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, next time he's fighting for his career. He missed weight, so they might cut him anyway. Because, you know, I know they like to keep on Randa Marcos and fucking whatever the other girl knows, Hannah Cyphers. But, you know, Abdulrazak Al-Hassan's on thin ice right now. So one more fight, maybe against Reece McKee. Not Reece McKee. Let's give Reece McKee a fucking break. But still, Abdulrazak Al-Hassan, one more fight. If he loses, he's gone. Moving on. Paul Felder versus Rafael dos Anjos. Great main event. I've done a full fight breakdown for this on my channel if you want to go check it out. Felder looked good on 5 days notice, but Rafael dos Anjos went straight to work. Body kicks, body punches in the early rounds. Went for the takedowns late in the rounds as well. It's basically exactly how I predicted the fight would go, but I will say this. I thought Dos Anjos was going to 45 him. I actually thought Dos Anjos was going to finish him after dominating every round. I did not see it being that close. So credit to Paul Felder for going out there, making the rounds competitive. I don't know what judge scored the fight for him. I could see 1 round to Felder in round 4. I could maybe see 2 rounds to Felder with an argument around round 3 because they had officially the strikes for Felder, but I thought RDA landed more. Then you check the official stats. RDA did land more in the 3rd round, so they're just wrong there. They had Felder outlanded him in the 1st round, but RDA I thought outlanded him in the 1st round, and I checked the stats, and RDA did outland him in the 1st round. But yeah, judging all over the place, but still a good win for RDA. Called out McGregor after the fight. Great takedowns, but Felder had good takedown defense. It's just, that's how I said the fight would go. I said Felder's got good cardio for striking and for cardio, but not wrestling cardio. I guarantee you hasn't had any takedowns shot on him in preparation for this triathlon. And that's exactly what Felder said after his fight. On his post-fight speech, he didn't retire, which is really good. I think Felder should look for a fight with Ally Aquinta in March. I think that'll be a good one. Co-main event of a fight night, or main card of a pay-per-view, or headliner of a prelims of a great pay-per-view, depending on the quality of the pay-per-view, of course. If it's a terrible pay-per-view, like a UFC 240 style pay-per-view, Felder versus Iaquinta's on the main card. But if it's like a 244 style pay-per-view, maybe Felder versus Iaquinta's the headliner of the prelims. But either way, big things for Felder next. Give him a pay rise, because I feel like more people know of Felder's name now. But he made 96 grand or 92 grand this weekend, so good for him. Rafael dos Anjos, though, putting on a good performance. A little bit closer than I would have liked, but I had it 4-1. I thought he had a great showing. Rafael dos Anjos gets the job done. Calls out Conor McGregor in his post-fight speech. You're not getting a McGregor fight. That's just not going to happen, is it, RDA? You know what I mean? Like, good spirits for calling out McGregor, but you're going to get Charles Oliveira next, you know? He's not going to get Conor McGregor. Oliveira's injured until next year. RDA wants to come back 2021. I say do RDA versus Charles Oliveira. Main event of a fight night. Main card of a pay-per-view. Next year, March, April, late February. Depends on how quick RDA wants to turn back around. I would be quick if I was RDA. Just because he's getting a bit older, you know. Same with Felder, to be fair. So we'll see how quickly these two guys turn around. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Felder back in there in February, especially if Ally Quinta wants to fight. But still, Dos Anjos, great performance. Him versus Oliveira next would be ideal. Make that fight happen. The winner of that fight will get maybe the loser or the winner of like Dan Hooker versus Gaethje. Like, whoever doesn't get a title shot out of all of these guys going on at lightweight right now, if they make the matchup quick enough, the winner of Dos Anjos Oliveira will get the winner who's not getting a title shot out of the top 6. I say top 6. Chandler should be facing Gregor Gillespie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't put nearly enough work in to get a title elimination bout, but they're going to give it to him anyway because they fucking hate Ferguson. So, whatever. Moving on to no one. Great card. Performance bonus, I would say Khaos Williams, definitely give him the performance bonus. Sean Strickland, give him a performance bonus as well. Pay Kay Hansen a win bonus because she won the fucking fight. Fight of the night, Morono versus Reece McKee. Good card overall. I went, what on predictions? 3-1 on the prelims because Marcos spanned the wrong way for an armbar. 3 and 3 on the main card. No, 3 and 2. 3 and 2. No, they didn't give me the Hansen win. So 2 and 3 on the main card. But I say 3 and 2 because Hansen fucking won the fight very clearly. So fuck that. I was good this card. I did very good. And I made money as well. So good shit. Moving on to no one again. Don't know why I keep saying moving on. Click that button up there. Goodbye. Like and subscribe. And Toodle Pip. Looking forward to 255. It's an amazing card. See you later.